Subject this morning is God broke my cup. Say it with me. God broke my cup. Look at it carefully. Say it with me again. God broke my cup. Acts chapter 3. We're going to read verses 1 through 6. Verses 1 through 3 is on the screen first. Now Peter and John went up together to the temple at the hour of prayer, being the ninth hour. And a certain man lame from his mother's womb was carried, whom they laid daily at the gate, which is called Beautiful, to ask alms of them that entered into the temple. Who, seeing Peter and John about to go into the temple, asked an alms. And Peter fastened his eyes upon him with John, said, Look on us. And he gave heed unto them, expecting to receive something of them. Then Peter said, Silver and gold have I none, but such as I have give I thee. In the name of Jesus of Nazareth, rise up and walk. Father, it is the interest of your word that brings light and life. And I pray that through the glorious gospel, lives will be touched. Give us ears to hear, heart to receive, and a mind to react. In Jesus' name, amen. God bless you. God broke my cup. A famous place, a popular time, collides together. This is a beautiful place called Beautiful. This is a place where people enter into the house of the Lord for the purposes of worship, devotion, lifestyle of obedience that honors God. This place is an encouragement to those who believe, for the house of the Lord is our place, isn't it? This is our place. This is the one place we can come. We do feel safe here. This is the one place we can come and we gain strength and hope. This is the place we come, and when we come to this place, we know it's all about Him. On our job, we have to share it. At Walmart, you know, He can move on us, but we kind of reserve. But in this place, no holds barred. Amen. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is that liberty. And it's in this place. And when I feel like clapping and clap, I don't have to worry about you looking weird at me. It's in this place when I want to fall on my face and pray. You understand, because you are God's people, and our inheritance are among those that are sanctified. So this guy is in a good place. Acts chapter 3 and 1 says, Peter and John are together at the hour of prayer. Now you got to remember, they saw firsthand, in verse 1 of Acts chapter 3, they saw firsthand of how important this was. Now I want to show you a picture of this. I had a little picture that shows this popular place. And the artist's depiction of it is true. There was many people coming in and out, because the purpose of worship would draw people into the house of the Lord. People are drawn to church for some of every kind of reason. But at those hours of prayer, they would go and they would offer prayer. They would offer worship. So this man was in a place, as Acts chapter 3 and verse 1 depicts. They went up at the hour of prayer. They went up to the hour of prayer. The Bible says it was about the ninth hour. Now you remember, they saw firsthand just how important prayer was by the way Jesus' prayer life was exposed to them. The importance of prayer. Sister Jordan over there at Refuge Church, New Life Now, I think it's called. Can't think of the right name now. But Sister Jordan used to always say, if you don't pray, you won't stay. And if you don't fast, you won't last. She used to drill that in us. You don't pray, you won't stay. You don't fast, you won't last. Well, there's a many who didn't stay and a many who did not last. Praying and fasting was something he did not want to do. We saw Jesus praying often. In Psalms 5 and 2, the writer says, hearken unto the voice of my cry, my King and my God, for unto thee will I pray. No questions about it. My King and my God are capitalized because there's only one King of Kings and Lord of Lords who can hear and answer prayer. You can call on Allah all you want. That's why the young man was disappointed with Allah, because he sat in the mosque and he held his hands up honestly, crying out to someone that was dead and could not answer. So when he did not answer, rightfully so, he had to keep moving. The psalmist said in Psalm 55 and 17, evening, morning, and at noon. Wow, now that's a prayer life. Evening, morning, and at noon. I just want to just slide with you now. Would you pray that much? Some of you might say, I don't. Ouch. And then some of you might say, more than that. I can't do nothing without him. Evening, morning, and at noon will I pray and cry aloud, and he shall hear my voice. This is not to impose that you have to be louder than anybody else to get your prayer answered. This is to imply the urgency and the fervency of one's prayer. I was raised in the church where if you made the most noise, you were the most sincere. So we made more noise than anybody else. And the old folks used to get around and say, call him loud. Y'all know that. Call him louder. Call him like you really want it. Well, I want him whether I'm whispering or screaming. That's right. It's not in how loud, it's how sincere and fervent you are. He said, evening, morning, and at noon. At all the times of the day necessary, I'm going to call him. This man, whose opportunity come before us in verse 2 of Acts 3, the Bible says he's a certain man. I don't know why the Bible gives us everybody else's name, it just calls him a certain man. Very generic. Certain man, but we got detailed information about him. We know his history and his past. And we know how far back it goes, all the way to his mother's womb. And we know his routine. Somebody says systematic. He got a system that works daily at the gate. It's a beautiful place, but he's not a beautiful sight. He's asking for alms of them that entered into the temple. The case of this man must have been well known. 3 points I want to make. Number one, from the standing of his infirmity, such a long time, and from his being exposed in a place so public with his infirmity, crippled, being carried. That means he was at the mercy of someone that would carry him to the gate of the temple and laid there in order to do nothing but excite passion in someone else. The poor always were dependent upon someone else, the charity of those who were in better circumstances. So I always like to tell people while they're complaining, you think about it, somebody's got it worse than you. You keep that in your forefront, and then you'll stop complaining sometimes. I know it's bad, but as bad as it is for you, that somebody got it worse than you. Amen. Young people, there's some children in other parts of the world would gladly change places with you.
Yes, sir.
Young boys and girls in Haiti who are abandoned by their parents. This go on as a routine. And they scavenge through the trash to try to survive. And you enjoy all the meals you want. And the luxury of home with air conditioning, running water, facilities that you can utilize at any time you want. And sometimes I think our complaining is frowned upon from that. Because somebody does have it worse than you. These circumstances are all marked by Luke, who sees it in detail and writes about it. Not only to show the greatness of God and the greatness of this miracle, but it was an important matter for them to be placed where they would see many people. You remember Lazarus, that man that had sores on his body? Yes. He was a beggar. Well, he set up camp right at the gate of a rich man. Yes. Hoping that his looks and his condition would move him with compassion. Hoping that someone would look at his condition and feel sorry for him. Who's better to do it? I have to be honest with you, if I had to work a system like this, I would not set it up in front of some of y'all houses. You're more broken than I am. I would set it up in front of a rich man's house too. Let's be honest. Yeah. You wouldn't come to my house. You know what shape I'm in financially. You'd be putting something in my cup. You'd go set up in front of somewhere. Y'all looking like y'all don't know what I'm saying. You go somewhere where you can benefit and help. Amen? Yeah. You know, well, who better to set up camp in front of than the rich man's house? He's got it. Yeah. Hopefully he'll feel a little sorry for me when he see me. I'm going to need some help in here, but it's okay. Lazarus is begging at the gate of this man. He's full of sores, and sometimes now when we see condition and certain condition people are in, it does break our heart, doesn't it? Yeah. I got a question. How, as we look at verse 2 again, how could you think enough to carry this man to the church and drop him off at the gate and not take him in? How could you think enough of him to take him to church but not take him in? Drop him off at the gate. Maybe this was his request. I don't know. Maybe he said, just drop me at the gate. I'm going to shake my cup and get me some money here. Maybe this is all he wanted. I don't know. Maybe he was too embarrassed about his situation to go in. Some people don't want to come to church because of the way we've done. We make them feel bad that they don't have clothes. I get that question a lot. What do I wear? And I tell people all the time, clothes. That's all you need to wear. You don't need to buy a suit. You don't need to go get a hat. You don't need a long skirt sweeping the floor. Just put on some clothes and come. Glad when they said unto me, let's go to the house of the Lord. That's all it's all about. It's about Him. And God will start talking to you about what to put on and take off and all that good stuff. Just come on to church. Could he have been too embarrassed? Maybe he felt like some of us that the church is not for people like me, limited with issues. Maybe he felt like this wasn't for me. What would it be like, or what could it be like? A certain man laid from his mother's womb, an unchangeable condition, whom they laid daily at the gate. We know he had a system. And the system is working. What do you do when you develop a system like this? Well, I got another 3 points. Might as well look at today. I'm going to have a lot of 3 points here. There's a lot of 3-point messages. Number 1, he had to grow to accept his condition. Over the years, there was an acceptance that I'm going to be like this, and this is how I'm going to be, and this is what I got to do to survive. Number 2, he was at the mercy of those whose limited view of his need brought him to the gate, but not in the gate. All right. And number 3, people going in and out of that place got comfortable with him as well and started stepping over him. Yeah. Well, come on. He got used to it and they got used to him. There's no way I can talk about this without telling you about the prevalent problem we have here at St. Augustine with people begging on corners. Okay. Everywhere now.
Yes, sir.
And in one place they tried to stop it and they went to court. and fought it, and they found out they had the right to stand on that corner and beg for money. They fought it in court and won. It's their inherited right as a citizen to stand there and beg for money. Whether they're able to work or not, they can stand there. Now I know for sure, because of the job I have, I saw this certain man, just saw him begging yesterday on the corner with a sign. Nothing wrong with it. But he's standing there with a sign. He gets a check every month. And to help enhance the sympathy card that he's playing, he went and got one of those sticks like he's blind. And he rides our bus. He stands there with that stick and holding that sign with those dark glasses on, collecting money. And then later on, I can show you when we meet at the depot and he goes to the store and fill up a buggy with groceries, him and his girlfriend, go home. One day I heard his very comment, he said, it didn't take me that long today.
Well,
While he was buying a very high brand pack of cigarettes.
well,
Riding the bus, going home.
yeah.
We have one lady that rides way from Hastings. She gets on a walker and sits down in it and holds her sign. It's a system, and they know it works. Because people see and have compassion. America is one of the most compassionate states, countries you'll ever find.
Well,
America is full of compassion, and that's why our mission efforts go out around the world. And they know how to work it. They know the system. There's parts of Africa that are more developed and better off than we'll ever be, but they'll never show you that, because that's not going to make you write a check. They show you that poor side. They show you that one with the stomach protruding. They show you that one that live out in the bush. They show you that one that looks raggedy and poor, and they use that as a platform to touch your heart to make you give.
well,
Say it with me, it works.
it works.
Yeah, it works. People going down and out of that place got comfortable with him. We in some way or another know what it is like to be stepped over. And I have to admit it does hurt. I've been stepped over before. You've been stepped over before. When people go to stepping over you, that should stop and help you. It leaves you prey to the situation that is festering in your life. We, in some way or another, been stepped over. Promotions, raises, family. They stepped over David, trying to promote others. They finally had to go and get him. They stepped over many. And I have to admit, God only knows what happened to you. But there is a miracle in surviving at the gate being crippled. One limitation is all it takes, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
One limitation is all it takes. And you can be left off. It'll hold you back from your forward progress. All the things right with him was affected by the one thing that was wrong. He was at the doorway of destiny. He was at the gate of the church. But had concluded, he had come to the conclusion, this will never change. I'll have to live with this the rest of my life. So the best thing I can do is find out how I can survive.
Well,
He was at the doorway of destiny. At the doorway of destiny, he had concluded to stay at the gate and pray
yes, sir.
on the compassion and innocence of those who would look on him and his situation as they were going to worship. What better place to do it? It's a good place to work a system. You're going to work one. Because after you and me are praying, when we come out of prayer, we're more apt to look at a situation like that with compassion
Yes,
There's
sir.
a part of us that looks at stuff like that and think, oh my, that's sad. We need to help. We need to feed them. We need to give them something. And some of us have learned because of time, you just don't give people money. Sometimes you got to get the food for them because they're so messed up. They're so dysfunctional. They won't even use it for the right means by which you give it to them. When we were over there at 285 West King Street, we had so many people coming in and out of that church wanting money, wanting a bill paid, wanting a bus ticket. Me and Keith would always sit on a mission to take them to get the food and feed them. And sometimes, they would dance around the ideology of going to sit and get something to eat. But we learned the hard way. You don't put cold cash in their hand.
Amen. Amen.
If you really want to help them, you don't put money in their hand.
No, sir.
3 points. This place became for him. There's a lot of 3 points here.
Amen. Amen.
This was a place of pity. This was a place where he was going to get you to look at him and be pitied. This was a place where he knew someone could see him in his condition. Don't take it for granted. This place was not taken just to be taken. This was a very visible place, and he knew if I sit here in this place, somebody's going to see me.
That's right.
Who was that man before I go to step 3? Who was that man that sat by the wayside on the roadside, blind Bartimaeus, wasn't he? He was on the roadside that everybody traveled begging for money. Why? He wasn't going to go in an isolated place nobody go.
That's right.
Now if I'm going to work my system, I'm going to work my system. I got to get, thank you, baby. You all right. I'm going to work my system. I got to get somewhere where it can work. And there's some people that are used in church just like a system. They'll work it just like a system. So he would shake his little cup. Work the system, people. I need help. Don't see me in the suit, but see me in raggedy clothes, standing on the corner, shaking a little cup. And I go from one church to another, shaking my cup. You got to help me. If you love me, if you saved, you got to. Somebody give me some change here. You got to help me. I'm the poor little raggedy preacher. Give me some change. Give me some change. You got some change in your pocket? Who got some change here? Somebody got to help me if you love me. You got some change? I want some change. I want some change. You got me? Anybody? Somebody help me. You don't show no love if you don't have no help. Give me arms. Give me arms. This is where we work our system. This is how we work it. We go from one place to the other. And those that look like they can help us, we cater up to them. Oh, you're going to help me. There you go. See, there's some love. You ain't getting this back. Yeah. You're going to help me. Yeah. There you go. She took some. She got some change. You got to work it. You got to work it. You got to work it. This is what they do in the church. This is what they do from one place to another. They go around shaking. They look, oh, thank you. God bless you. Is that my change you went back there and got and put it on? Yes. You got to work it, You got to work it. Here he is. Give me arms. Give me arms. I'm hurting here. Give me some arms. I'm broken and barren. You got a contribution. You got some contribution. Put it in the cup. There you go. Oh, yes. Oh, somebody said, oh. Yeah. There you go. He gonna give me his old debit card. You know he got a good heart. And Marcus like that too. He'll do it, y'all. He that kind of compassion. Michael and Big Tipper, they went out to eat the other day, and Marcus had to stop him because Michael gave the lady a $20 tip or a $40 tip for a $5 burger or something like that. He just loved people and want to help. They got that from their daddy, y'all. We love to help people, but we have to learn how to help people the right way. Here he is shaking his cup, and he's shaking his cup looking for contribution. And here's the problem. If you keep coming to church and sit at the gate and won't come all the way in, and you got a little system you go to work in, you'll develop this system and keep it going. And if you keep coming to church and never get better, you'll be working your little system where you care less about deliverance, but how to keep my issue and survive in the midst of it. All that man wanted to do was get enough money so he could make it to the next day and sit there at the gate and shake his cup again. for him. And destiny would have it that the time would come that you would meet up with somebody that got enough power to speak to you and over you and not baby you, but call you out for what you are. We have had people who are stuck at the gate. They never came in and allowed God to do a work in them. Just because they come into church don't mean they in here, y'all. Some of them are like the gate of this thing, and all they doing is working their system. They never want to get saved, never want to get delivered, never really want to get in the word, never really want God to do a work in them. They just love the music. Somebody told my wife they love the plays we put on around Christmas time. That is not why you're coming to church, baby. You don't come here sick man. You come here to get delivered. You come here to get set free. You come here so that God can change you and make you more like Jesus. Somebody holler Jesus. That's what it's all about. It's not about you coming here and working your little system and shaking your little cup and being the victim all the time. I'm sick and tired of people being the victim, holding on to their issues when the Bible declares there's enough power in the blood of Jesus to get you out of all your issues. But they don't want to get delivered from their issues. They just want to shake their cup and say, give me a contribution. But I'm so glad that God has an in plan and a store for you. He makes matters worse to stay there, to make this matter worse. The Bible says they started walking over him and he refused to get help. Stepping over him is the worst thing that could have happened. All those powerful people that are stepping over him, somebody should have stopped a long time ago and started dealing with him. And I'm telling y'all, in this church and many others like it, we keep stepping over issues. It's time to stop stepping over issues and start dealing with the issue. If you ain't got enough love of God in your heart, you need to get on the altar and tell God take it away. If you don't have enough power to pull up that pornography, you need to get on the altar until God get it away. If you don't have enough power to tell a boyfriend no, you need to get on the altar until God gives you the power. If you don't have enough strength to do what you need to do, you need to get on the altar and cry out to God until He changes it. Watch this and I'm done. Every day. Every day. This is my system. And people have developed a system in the church where they can keep their sin and never get delivered. Develop a system in the church. Want to stay in their crippled situation. You'll find a reason to hold on to it. And even if you got to leave another church, everybody was wrong but me. Something was wrong with everything. You just don't want to get rid of your crippling situation because there's power in the name of Jesus. I'm not looking at anybody in here. Might have came in here crippled, but God done gave you strength to walk. And I'm not looking at anybody in here. You might have came in here handicapped. You might not have had all the information you needed, but God got in your situation and moved like never before. Got in your problem, got in your troubled legs, and gave you strength. This explains why things stay like they are. We step over you because we're afraid to lose you. Afraid your giving is going to stop. Afraid that once we call you about you and your crippled situation, you'll find a reason to find another church because you don't want to you don't want to lose your cup. You don't want to stop. So every day, somebody got to carry you. Every day you get heavier and heavier. The burden get heavier and heavier. Instead of the load getting lighter, it get heavier. You get heavier. Why? We're carrying you. You're heavy. Get off my back. We're carrying you. You can get your own job. We're carrying you. You can do your own praying. We're carrying you. You can do your own Bible reading. We got to carry you. Come on, you're getting heavy on her back. She ready to carry somebody else that need to be carried. But we can't carry them for carrying you. And you've been here all your life over on the Lord's side. Talk about it, make me happy. I'll be happy if you get up off of my back and get up on your knees and do some praying on your own. Get up off of my back and get down before God and let God save you to your little white folks. Let God save you to your little black folks. on, church folks. Well enough to get a job, but he don't want deliverance. Well enough to function, but don't want that. He want what comes when you shake your cup. Well, I got news for you today. The cup is for those who never plan to be healed. They never intend to get into the church. They just choose to stay close enough so that everybody can hear when I shake my little cup. Arms are the replacement for the help I really need. This man was too far in to be out and too far out to go in. That's sad, y'all. He was too far in to be out and too far out to be in. He was straddling the fence, but he needed somebody that would give him a hand and pull him up. He needed somebody that would take him by the hand and say, I'm not begging you. I'm not going to give you another nickel. You're going to get up and do it on your own. You're going to get up. If I gotta break your cup, it's getting broken today. If I gotta break your cup, I'm gonna break it today. If I gotta break that yoke that make you think you be like no good man, I'm gonna break it today. If I gotta break that cup that make you think God is sufficient, we gonna break it today. Ain't nobody there to the devil, but that's all right. Somebody lift your hand and holler, God, break my cup, break my cup. Break it, in the name of Jesus. Break my cup, 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 break it, Lord, break it, Lord, break it, Lord, break it, Lord, oh Lord, break my cup, break it. If I gotta give up my cup, Bible says that it'll come to pass in that day. Somebody said, today is my day. Today is my day. Today is my day for the burden to be taken away. And the yoke from off my shoulder. And the yoke from off my neck. When something got you by the neck, you can't breathe, man. Somebody say, I can't breathe like this. I can't live like this. I can't enjoy Jesus like this. You gotta break my cup, Lord. You gotta break it what's holding me. I want more of you, but it's in the way. I want to be free like I need to be, but it's in the way. But God sent me to tell you today, today is the day He's gonna break your cup. He's gonna break your cup. If you want Him to break your cup, jump up real quick and holler, break it! 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 Come on, open your mouth! Break it! Break it! Break it! Somebody holler, break it, Lord! Break it, Lord! Break my will! Break my way! Nobody but you, Lord! Nobody but you, Lord! Break it! 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 Lord! Break it! Break it! In the name of Jesus! Break it! Break it! Break it! Somebody put your hand together. Give God praise. I feel Jesus in the room. Break it, Lord. Break it, Lord. Oh, Jesus. Break my cup. Break it, Lord. In the name of Jesus. Break it, Lord. Break my husband. Break my wife. Break my children. Break it, Lord. Break it, Lord. Somebody cry out with me. Break my cup, Lord. Break it. Break it. Break it. Break it. Break it. Break it. Oh. Oh. 5 more minutes. So now, give me 5 minutes. Bible says the yoke is going to be destroyed. But this man saw Peter and John. They were part of that gospel group, the Sons of Thunder. Y'all heard that group? They had to go loud. Yeah. They had to go loud. They ain't singing today. They're going to deliver. See, that's the problem. My church is so full of entertainment. People getting stepped over, they need to get delivered. Getting stepped over, they need to be delivered.
Yes.
So busy glad you shout, we need you delivered.
Yes.
We need you delivered, then you'll be okay. I declares, when he saw Peter and John about to go into the temple, he looked at him and said, boy, these look like some good prospects. Let me shake my cup a little bit. They don't hear me. Hey, Peter, John, give me some alms. I need some alms. Don't want no prayer, I want some alms. Don't want no deliverance, I want some alms. I don't want your praying and anointing with oil. No, I need some alms. Give me some alms. Peter looked at him. He saw the routine. And he said, look on us. There's a lot there in them 3 words. Say it with me. Look on us. So he looked at him. And he had an expectancy. Because usually when somebody called out to him, it was like we see on the corner. I'm going to give you something.
Yes.
When we say come here, they run to our car, don't they? They leave off and they come to our car because they know you're going to give them something. Yeah. Give them some arms. Cups. Going to get something in it.
Yeah.
He looked on them and said, oh man, this is great. Maybe I'll get enough. I can go home and eat. He looked on these men and started shaking his cup. Because they had stopped and got his attention. Peter and John are about to gain in this moment. Because they're not going to miss it, Keith. But I got to warn you. Can I warn you?
Yes.
I got 3 more points too. I got to warn you. If you're going to stop somebody and tell them, look on us, you open up a door. If you're going to stop them and say, hey, look on us. If you're going to invite them to church like the church is the answer, then the church better be the answer. If you're going to invite them into your circle and say, I'm going to be there for you, if you're going to stop, you better be willing to get deeply involved with their situation. Don't call me if you ain't going to get involved with my situation. Don't tell me you love me if you don't want to hear my dirty stuff. If you don't want to go to Rated X, keep moving. Step on over me. I'll wait for somebody that really cares to come. Keep on stepping, but if you really care and you want to go deep in my situation, because it might get Rated X, it might get a little trouble up in here. I've had people sitting before me and spill their guts. It was deep, it was hurtful, but we had to dig some medicine out. And just as sure as they were ready to pour into me, I was ready to pour into them, because I wasn't pouring me, I'm pouring the word of God. But some people don't want to stop. They don't want to stop nobody and drink them enough, because if they do, they don't want to get deeply involved with their situation.
Yes. True.
Yeah.
It's all right.
We're too busy to get involved like that.
Amen.
We'll give the pastor number. We'll give his wife a number.
Yep.
We ain't going to do it. If you are going to stop, you better be willing to get deeply involved. Because what you might have to get involved with might even challenge you. It might even tempt you.
Yep. That's right.
It might even make you put yourself in a vulnerable situation. I had a lady the other day that go do something because they didn't have enough drivers to cover it all sides. I ended up with a lady in the bus. Before I got to her, the guy told her I was a pastor. And immediately, she wanted to talk. Softly. Immediately, she wanted somebody to talk to. Immediately, as if she was just waiting. Everybody been stepping over me. I need somebody I can talk to. And out of fear, she said, if we talk, can you keep it between us? I said, ma'am, people have shared all kinds of stuff with me. I don't tell people stuff. I give the word of God. And that's it. You got to be willing to get deeply involved. Number 2, if you are going to stop and draw that kind of attention to you, you better have something to offer. about Peter and John. Stop, look on us. And then you gonna tell me you ain't got no money? I'm here working a system, baby. I'm trying to survive. I'm shaking my cup. If you're going to stop and draw that kind of attention, you got to have something to offer. It's sad the man went to the church, but they didn't have nothing to offer. And now he's Jehovah's Witness. Because we didn't give him nothing. The church had nothing to offer, just pimped him for his money. That's the sad reality of what we're facing, y'all. Number 3, you don't stop. You don't stop unless you know what you have and what it can do for a lame man. I got it. You don't stop unless you know what you got. See, Peter and John stopped. He knew he was broke when he stopped.
Yeah.
When he called that man's attention to him, he knew he didn't have no money. But he knew he had something.
Oh, yes.
That hurts. You got to know what you know. You got to know what you got. You don't stop unless you do, don't you? You don't tell nobody look on us unless you do. I invite people to our church because I know we have something to offer. I know we'll love you. We'll teach you the word of God. We'll wrap our arms around you. We're here as a family. I know.
Thank you, Lord.
What do you have to offer a lame man? Verse 6 and 7, Peter said, "Here we go, I have none." Now you notice there's a little hyphen there. What that man must have thought when he said that. You mean to tell me I could have been looking at somebody else trying to fix my eyes on them to make eye contact and make them feel sorry for me, and you stop and just tell me you ain't got no money? You could have did what all the other broke folks do, just step on over me. You could have did like all the other people that don't care, just keep stepping over me.
Well, my Lord.
You could have did what everybody else did that don't care, just step over me. We got used to it. We step over one another and know one another got needs. Some of you know things about your brother and sister, not for embarrassment, for the idea of prayer and support, and still you keep stepping over. Oh, my family. No. We were family, don't step over me. Let's help me. Help you. Peter said, look, silver and gold have I none, but such as I have, I'll give you. In the name of Jesus of Nazareth, rise up and walk. And the Bible says he didn't pray for him. He took him by the hand and lifted him up. He didn't give him a hand out, he gave him a hand up. And when he lifted him up, immediately faith kicked in. His feet and ankles and bones received strength. This is the area of weakness he had. This was the area where he could not function. Everything else worked. He had hands that could work. You look out there in those corners, they got functionable parts, but that one part of them that can't function got them standing there on that corner, shaking their little cup, working their little system. It's the same way from church to church. We got people come shaking their cup. They need really to get saved and get delivered, but they won't let God fill them. They'd rather work the system. And the minute it gets close, we leave and go to another church. They're forever the victim and never the victor. I made up my mind. I'm not running. I'm not chasing nothing. We're going to get delivered. God, you got to break my cup. Break my cup. The only way you can be the wife you need to be, God got to break your cup. The only way you can be the husband you need to be, you got to be broken. You're too stubborn, too mean to let God break you. I'm telling you today, you got to make up your mind. I'm not going to sit here at the gate. I'm coming in. Don't like it, fine. I'm coming in. The Bible says, he took him by the hand. But let me tell you something. If this is in your hand, And I'm going to reach out to take your hand. You got to drop it. Drop it in that chair. Don't break it. I'm just giving it. You got to drop it. I wanted to break one, but I didn't want to break it. But if I got to take your hand, and you're going to give me your hand, you got to drop the cup.
Come on. Come on.
You see what I'm saying? You got to drop your cup. And when I take you by the hand, it's not another handout now. It's a hand up. And you see how quick God will give you strength to get on up and start praying. God will give you strength to praise Him. He'll give you strength to glorify His name. He'll give you strength to celebrate Him and say, God, I never could do this before. Now I can take the two hands that work and I can get a job. I can take the two eyes that work and I can walk where I gotta go. Nobody gotta carry me no more. I'm delivered now from evil. I don't have to worry about my past now. I got strength of my own two legs. I can jump up. I can leap for joy. I can run in the church. They don't like me in here, but that's all right. I'm coming with praise. I'm coming with joy. And the Bible says He was leaving. He was walking. And He was praising God. Look at somebody and tell them, I'm going to leap. I'm going to walk. And I'm going to praise God. Somebody clap your hands. I'm going to leap. I'm going to walk. And I'm going to praise God when I think of the goodness of the Lord. He's done for me. I got to leap. I got to run. I got to praise His name because I got power now. Everybody that knew my past can say this is me. That said at the gate, but I ain't at the gate no more. I made it in. I ain't at the gate no more. I got power. I got victory. Somebody here needs to give up their cup. Somebody here needs to give up their cup. Somebody here needs to give up their cup. Somebody needs to give up their cup. God does not leave you at the gate. He brings you in. And even though people know your past, they know it was you that was sitting at the gate all crippled. They might sit in wonder and amazement and wonder how you can be delivered like you are. All you have to do is tell them, Jesus did. They sit in amazement and wonder because they were comfortable stepping over you. They never intended to see you get up and walk spiritually. Walk your own. If God be my helper, He'll give you power. This was an amazing fulfillment of the New Testament church given by Isaiah. God spoke to the prophet Isaiah in Isaiah 35:4. It said, say to them that are of a fearful heart, be strong, fear not. Come on, praise Him. Behold, your God will come with vengeance. He will come and save you. He will come and save you. The eyes of the blind shall be opened. The ears of the deaf shall be unstopped. Then shall the lame man leap as a hart. The tongue of the dumb sing. For in the wilderness shall waters break forth, and streams in the desert. Let me tell you something. God has deliverance for His house.
Yes.
God has deliverance for His house. Come on and stand with me. Ignite my fire, Lord. I want to burn. You're here. You know your cup. God needs to break it. God's going to break your cup. God's going to break your cup. God's going to break your cup and cause you to be able to walk in victory. You're going to experience deliverance unlike never before. Father, in the name of Jesus, oh God, break my cup, break his cup. Oh God, ignite a fire, fresh it. If you're here and you know God needs to break your cup, I just want you to lift your hands where you are as an altar. I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray for you. God's going to break it. You lift it up to him. Here's my cup. I lift it up. Come and quench this thirsting of my soul. Bread from heaven, feed me till I want no more. Here's my cup, Lord. I lift it up and make me whole. Father, I pray in the name of Jesus. Lord, I pray that you would touch, heal, and deliver. Break the cup. Break that pornography. Break that grip. Break that sinful grip that has us tied deep to the soul of the man or woman. Loose right now by your power in the name of Jesus. Bless your people. Strengthen them. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh God. Break it, break it. Break it. Break it. In the name of Jesus. Shatter it today. Raise us up. In Jesus' name. Hallelujah. 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 Oh yeah. I want to burn for you. Hallelujah. Break my cup, Lord. Break it. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hallelujah. Oh, hallelujah. Give God a big clap.